Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to art class. So today we are going to learn a little bit about an artist named Romero Brito. Mr. Brito is originally from Brazil. He lives in Miami now. He's been here for a while. And if you watched the video up above this one, then you already know a little bit about him. His artwork is bright and colorful and happy and full of like nice, pleasant shapes like flowers and hearts and things like that. He says, if you were to ask him, Mr. Brito, what types of things or ideas do you use as the inspiration for your artwork? He would say things like happiness and kindness and love. So when we're talking about an artist who himself says he bases all of his artwork ideas on things like happiness and kindness and love, I feel like it's a great time to talk about him, because today we're going to make some artwork for Valentine's Day. Our artwork today is going to be based on some of Mr. Brito's artwork. Now, if you looked at the artist examples on this page, I believe also above my face, you'll see some examples of his artwork. They are bright and colorful. They have a lot of patterns. There's a lot of kind of smaller, different sections that make up one larger image. So we're going to use a lot of those ideas to kind of combine and make something for Valentine's Day. Now, since we are making something for Valentine's Day today, you're going to have a couple of options. You're going to have two options. One, if you want to make just a normal sized piece of artwork like we always did that you hang on the wall or the fridge or whatever, that's fine. But if you wanted to make a Valentine's Day card to give to somebody, your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, someone that you care about, someone that you love, that's fine too. Either one of those options is great, and kind of the example that we look at here in a minute will be able to kind of transfer from one size to the other. So that's up to you. That'll be kind of the first decision you need to make though, so start thinking about that. Now let's go draw some stuff. For your Romero Brito inspired artwork, you will need some paper, something to write with, and some crayons or something to color with. Now before we get started, I wanted to show you one thing. I'm going to be using a pretty big marker today just to kind of save some time while we're doing this. If you look at Mr. Brito's examples, a lot of his different areas, different sections are separated by a really thick black line. So that's why I'm going to be using this, because it makes a much thicker line than what I would normally use. Now, since you're using a pencil to start with, it would be hard to make a line that thick. So what you can do, after you make one line, go right next to it with another line, and then when it becomes time to color in that whole area, and that'll give you that nice thick line like he uses. If for some reason you just wanted to do some of your lines with just the crayon, same thing. Start with one line, make another one right next to it, color in your area. However you want to do it, it's up to you. I just wanted you to know that was why, for at least some of this, I was going to be using this giant Sharpie. Alright, so we said that the most important decision that you had to make right now was, is this going to be just a normal piece of art that you can hang up somewhere, or is this going to be a card that you give to somebody? Speaking as an artist, I can tell you people love when you give them art that you made. So just saying, not saying you have to, but if you're trying to impress somebody, this would be a good way to do it. Alright. So I'm going to make a card. Again, if you don't want to do this, you can just skip this step. But I'm going to take my paper. I'm going to start with it long ways like this. And I'm going to fold it in half so that the corners match up. And I'm going to take my time and make sure those corners all are touching each other as closely as possible. Then, once I've got that, I'm gonna press down on this edge here. And once I see that it's pretty good, I can press down on that edge a little firmer to really crease that. Now, instead of a plain old boring piece of paper, I have a lovely Valentine's Day card. All right, so I'm gonna start with this, like I said. So he has a lot of different things. He doesn't just use hearts. So you don't just have to use hearts. When you're done, it doesn't have to look anything like mine. I am gonna use some hearts in this though. Maybe some hearts, maybe some flowers, because it's a Valentine's Day card. So I'm thinking about it as a Valentine's Day card. So the first step, whatever you choose to do, is to draw some of your kind of main images. So I'm going to start with that. All right, so there are just kind of some of my main ideas. I did a couple hearts, a couple flowers. You'll see I made one of them go off the page. That's fine. Your stuff doesn't have to all fit anywhere. It can go wherever you want it. Maybe I want another something down here, so I might do kind of that same idea, except this time it'll be a heart that's going off the page like that. All right, so that was step one. Kind of come up with your main images, your main ideas, get those down. Now, I'm gonna draw some more lines to kind of break up the space into some smaller sections. Now, some of my lines can stop when they hit shapes. I might want some of my lines to actually go through some of my shapes. Whatever you want, it is up to you, because you are making it. Now, I'm not gonna go too crazy here. I'm not gonna make a ton of different areas, but I wanna break it up into enough small areas that it's interesting. So I think that one is gonna be good. All right, so I'm gonna switch down to my smaller Sharpie, because now I'm done with kind of my main ideas, and I'm gonna use my Sharpie here, which again, you would be using a pencil or something else. I'm gonna use the Sharpie to add some patterns first. Now we want to add some patterns. You can do some of them with pencil, you can do some of them with colors. Using a mix of both, I think, is a good idea. All right. All right, so I think that is enough of the patterns so far. You guys should all be really good at patterns because we've already done a pattern project this year. All right, so now I am going to move on to color. Now this will be another opportunity to add some patterns. Some of these, like this one, I might turn these into, stripes where I switch colors back and forth. Or some of these I might add new patterns that aren't here yet, just using my colors. So I will go ahead and do that now. All right, so there is my Romero Brito inspired Valentine's Day card. So again, just quickly to go over the steps, start with your main images, your main ideas, then break it up into some smaller areas, then add some patterns and add some color. Now, you'll remember we did a pattern project that used your initial, and this is probably going to end up being very similar. And it's because I was looking at some of his artwork when I came up with that project. But I wanted to kind of bring it back once I started thinking about like we said, the fact that he would tell you his artwork was based on ideas like kindness and love and happiness and things like that. Just seemed like a good guy to focus on for Valentine's Day. All right, hope everyone is doing well. If you made a card, I'm sure whomever you're about to give it to is gonna love it and enjoy it forever. See you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.